Hello students, this is continuation video of matching. So we are studying matching now. In this video we are going to prove a theorem on matching. So what is the theorem is, so we are considering a bipartite graph. G is our bipartite graph with bipartite set U and W such that R is cardinality of U. So this is the condition of our, whenever we are considering bipartite graph in matching, this is the condition we are taking. R is equal to cardinality of U and cardinality of U is less than or equal to cardinality of W. So we are considering a bipartite graph with bipartite set U and W such that R is equal to cardinality of U which is less than or equal to cardinality of W. Then G contains a matching of R. So G should contain R number of matching if and only if U is neighborhood set. G should contain R number of matching if U is a neighborhood set. That's what we are going to prove. If U is a neighborhood set, then it should contain R number of matching. If graph is having R number of matching, then U should be a neighborhood set. That's what we are going to prove now. Suppose G contains a matching M star of cardinality R. Now we have to prove U is a neighborhood set. So we are considering a matching. I am taking matching as M star and it is having R number of matchings. Graph G is having R number of matchings. Thus, for each non-empty set X of U, X is subset of U. So for each non-empty subset of X of U, there is a subset M dash of M star such that M dash is, cardinality of M dash is equal to cardinality of X, and every edge in M dash is incident with exactly one vertex in X from our matching theory, right? Each vertex is incident to other vertex only once. So G is a graph, bipartite graph. I am considering it is having matchings, R number of matchings it is having. So I am considering a non-empty subset of U. Then there is a subset M dash and M dash should be subset of M star such that cardinality of M dash is equal to cardinality of X, and every edge in M dash is incident with exactly one vertex in X. So this is our definition of our neighborhood. Already in previous video I have explained. So from the definition of neighborhood, it is having all the edge covers. So N of X is greater than or equal to modulus of X. So this implies U is the neighborhood set. So U is neighborhood set. That's what we have to prove. So conversely, we have to prove for every neighborhood set, it should have R number of matchings. So what is our data? We are having bipartite graph G having partite set U and W with R is equal to cardinality of U less than or equal to W, and U is neighborhood set now. Now we have to prove it is having matching with cardinality R. As a contradiction, I am assuming that there is no matching in G. There does not exist any matching in G with R edges. As a contradiction, I am assuming there does not exist any matching in G with R number of edges. So let S be a set. I am considering a set of all vertices in G. S is a set of all vertices of G. All vertices of G connected to U. So I am considering a set S which contains all the vertices of G that are connected to U by a path in G whose edges are alternatively in M and few edges may not be in M dash. So what is S? S is a set of vertices in G that are connected to U by a path G. So if this is our U set be the set of all vertices in G that are connected to U. Whatever vertices are connected to U, that is our S, and by a path in G whose edges are alternatively in M. So whatever edges we are having in M matching, so E1, E2, E3, etc. in S, it is having E11, E1, E12, E2, etc. Alternate, whatever edges are here, it is having in alternate way, and few in S, it is having few edges from M and it is having extra edges also. Because in that way we are forming S. What is S? Set of all vertices of G that are connected to U by a path in G whose edges are alternatively in M and few edges may not be in M. So when we observe this, every vertex in closed neighborhood, every edges in neighborhood will belongs to S. So we claim that every vertex S minus U, S minus U is incident with an edge in M. So whatever vertices are there will all incident from M. So how we are considering the path S? So if we have an edges connected path, one edge, see this all the vertices, all the edges present in S, but this will not present in M, this will present in M, this will not present in M, this will present in M, etc. In alternate way we are considering in S. So now we observe that every vertex in a closed neighborhood, here every vertex in closed neighborhood N of U belongs to S. Every vertex S minus U is incident with an edge M. Whatever vertex is here are incident with M. This will be incident with M. Suppose X belongs to S minus U. I am telling every vertex here is incident with an edge in M. Suppose if there exists a vertex X which does not incident from M. Now since G contains X minus U alternate path P, I am taking path as P, is odd number. And X belongs to W. So actually all the vertices will be incident from M. Suppose there exists a vertex which is incident with no edges of M. Here for X it does not have any edges of M. If I am considering like this. See here, when I consider this vertex and this vertex, when I consider these two vertex, this vertex is incident from this edge, this vertex is also incident from this edge. When I consider this vertex, this edge is incident to this. See, this edge belongs to M, this edge belongs to M, next edge will belongs to M. When I consider this two vertex, this edge is incident to this also, this edge incident to this also. This is not present in M, but because of this edge is incident from this edge. Sorry, this vertex is incident from this edge, this vertex is incident from this edge. This edge is not in M, but when I consider these two vertex again, because of this edge, this vertex is incident from M, this vertex is incident from M. All the vertices are incident from M. Therefore, S minus U is incident from M. Suppose there exists an vertex is incident with no edge of M. That I am taking it as. Now, X minus U, alternate path P, and it should be an odd path. Whenever it is even, see, whenever it is even, it is connected. Whenever it is having only one vertex, it is not connected to this edge, right? So, it should be odd and X belongs to W. So, P contains more edges that does not belongs to M. P is having more edges that does not belongs to M. Then the cardinality of P should be greater than or equal to cardinality of M. The number of edges present in P should be greater than the number of edges present in M. Therefore, if the matching M, we replace those edges of M that lies on P, whatever so in this matching, whatever extra edges here we are having, we are adding all those edges in this matching M. So, a new matching in G is formed with more number of edges. Now, we are having new matching with more number of edges. Now, we claim that S minus U is incident with an edge in M. So, previously whenever the incident vertex is there, it is not incident from M. So, this path P is having more number of edges compared to this matching. Those extra edges also we are adding to M. Now, S minus U will be incident with an edge in M. Now, I am going to consider set of vertices U dash and in this set of U dash is set of vertices of S. Set of vertices of S belongs to U. And I am redefining W dash. Set of vertices belongs to W. So what is U dash? It is U intersection S. Right? Whatever elements belongs to U, I am taking common between U and S. And what is W dash? W dash is W intersection S. Since U is neighborhood, right? We have, according to our data, U is neighborhood. We are having neighborhood of U dash should be greater than or equal to neighborhood of U dash. Also, every vertex of S minus U is incident with exactly one edge in M. Right? According to matches, we should not have more than one edges. Right? So, S minus U is incident with exactly one edge in M. Therefore, M dash What is M dash? Subset of M that matches U dash minus U to W dash. Whatever elements belongs to U dash minus U, it will be matching to W dash. What is W dash? Cardinality of U dash minus 1. This is the because here we have removed one, we have removed one vertex, therefore cardinality of U minus 1. Since we have removed U here I am having cardinality of U dash minus 1. Therefore W dash is subset of, see here, n of U dash is greater than or equal to cardinality of U. So W dash is cardinality of U minus 1. Therefore W dash is subset of n of U dash. Since every vertex in U dash is connected to W by alternating path, W belongs to n of U dash. This implies G also contains, so this implies G is also contain UW path. Alternating path. G is also contain alternating path U and W. Therefore, neighborhood of U dash is subset of W dash. Already we have W dash is subset of neighborhood of U dash. Now we are end up with neighborhood of U dash is subset of W dash. This implies neighborhood of U dash should be equal to W dash. So what is neighborhood of U dash? Cardinality of U dash. Therefore cardinality of U dash is equal to cardinality of W dash. So this implies, what is W dash? U dash. This is neighborhood of U dash. What is W dash? U dash minus 1. What is W dash? Cardinality of U dash minus 1. Therefore, neighborhood of U dash is equal to cardinality of U dash minus 1. It means neighborhood of U dash should be less than cardinality of U dash. But which is the contradiction? Because according to the definition, neighborhood of U dash should be greater than cardinality of U dash. That is the definition of our new neighborhood, because whenever considering the vertices, the neighborhood of this is this vertex and this vertex. When I consider this, neighborhood of this vertex is this two vertex. So in neighborhood we will be having more number of vertices. Chances are there compared to cardinality of U. Therefore, here the contradiction, here we are end up with an contradiction. Therefore, U is neighborhood and there exists matching of cardinality R. That's what we have to prove. Our assumption is wrong. There should exist a matching of cardinality R.